Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm bringing you my first impressions of the Raina Mystery series by Anne R. Tan. The first book in this series is Raining Men and Corpses. This was the Book When Cozy's Club pick for the month of February. In this installment, we're following Raina Sun, who is a Chinese-American grad student, and her life is not going really great. She is burdened with a big family secret that her grandfather had told her prior to his passing. Her family is fighting over the inheritance. The tires on her vehicle need to be changed badly, and she just doesn't have the funds for any of this. In trying to get back some funds that she had lent to an ex-boyfriend when they were dating to try to at least fix the tires on her car, she inadvertently lies to him about something, and that sets off a chain of events. He is later found murdered, and because other people had heard this lie that Raina had inadvertently told him, she has now become a suspect in his death. To make matters worse, one of the officers that comes to investigate the murder happens to be someone that Raina has had romantic ties to in the past. On top of everything else she's dealing with, she now needs to find a way to clear her name and find out who exactly killed her ex-boyfriend. I did do a chapter by chapter on this one, which are my audio only reading vlogs on the Book When Cozy's Club selections. It's just where you can hear my candid thoughts on the chapters as I read them. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the playlist down in the description box below. But I really did enjoy this read. There were a lot of things that I could relate to as far as Raina goes, her being Chinese American, some of the things that she does. Her grandma shows up at a certain part of this book, and what she calls her grandma is something that I never called my grandma, but my mom called her grandma. And just some of the other random things that Raina brings up in her life, I could definitely relate to. And that was very interesting to me because it's very rare that I can find a character that I can relate to realistically. A lot of the times, I can't really relate to the characters that I'm reading about, or I can just relate to things on a surface level. And so this was a very different reading experience for me. I also found that while I was reading it, I wasn't very concerned about who killed the ex-boyfriend. For me, this reading experience was a lot more about Raina and her grandmother and their relationship. Those were the parts that I really found interest in, and though the mystery was interesting and I did follow the investigation to see who done it, that wasn't the most important thing for me with this series. Now, there were a couple things that bothered me. There are characters in this particular installment that really got on my nerves. One of them is one of the police officers that also comes to investigate and is on the case throughout the book. She is very unprofessional at times. She lets her personal grudges against Raina come through in an unprofessional manner, and I really was irritated by that. There was also a few scenes where Raina's friend got on my nerves. She is a reporter, and obviously she was very interested in the story, but how she goes about trying to get the information really bothered me. I found her to be very pushy. And so those were just the minor things that bothered me about this story. Overall, I really enjoyed this reading experience. I had a few chuckles, and I just felt more connected to this one than I have to previous books that I've read in a very, very long time. So I definitely recommend this one. I will be continuing with this one as a series. This one is still free on Kindle and Nook, so if you're interested in it, definitely check it out. And like I mentioned, if you're interested in hearing my candid thoughts on this book as I read it, definitely check out the playlist down in the description box below. Last but not least, I do want to mention that the March selection for Book One Cozy's Club is going to be A Deadly Inside Scoop. This is the first book in the Ice Cream Parlor Mystery Series by Abby Collette. This will also have a chapter by chapter, so if you're interested in reading along with me, definitely keep an eye out on my channel for those vlogs to start posting. They do start posting between the 10th and the 15th of the month, and I do try to keep the sections under 50 pages per section. This one is a bit thicker than what we've read recently, so I do expect that we will have longer sections to read this time, but again, I will try to keep the sections under 50 pages a day. So those vlogs will post daily after I start, and then at the end I will post a video just like this one, giving my overall thoughts on the book as a whole. So if you're unable to read along with me in my chapter by chapter videos for this selection, definitely keep an eye out for my Book One Cozy's Club series First Impressions video so that you can hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety. We do have a discussion thread up in the Goodreads group right now. I do have a chat room in our Discord, and I also have a Discord of my own. So all of those links are down in the description box below in case you're interested. And that will do it for me today. So let me know down in the comments below if you will be trying out the Raina Sun Mystery Series for yourself, or if you have read it and what you thought of it. If nothing else, if you could leave me a magnifying glass emoji down in the comments below, that would really help me out. I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.